I did release a single during lockdown, but that was like to do with the moment.
When
and
this
that's
is all over.
Yeah.
Fade it out like that.
Oh, okay.
And yourself. Don't leave me hanging. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Lizzie 120. Please don't forget to subscribe. It is free at the end of the day to subscribe, so why not just do it? Now, today I have Wolverhampton-based singer-songwriter SophieLou on the show. Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. Just,
we were just saying, actually, weren't we, about the headband? There's like a huge... there's loads of people wearing them now. I'm like, I need to get one.
I never used to wear them, but it's just like the amount of hair that it covers. I don't have to do my hair, so it's just...
Well, you look good. It's fine. How's lockdown been as well for you?
At the start, I was all over the place at the start. It was just a bit like, okay, what do I do? Like I was just so like out of it. It threw me right off. But as I've got into it, and it seems like it's, but I don't know if it's officially ended, but it seems like it has. I don't know, but right now,
a relationship. It's
who knows? Right now I'm cool, but I've had like my days during it, just the kind of just not knowing what's going on. I think like, because personally I'm quite like, music wise I've got quite like a plan. I know kind of what I'm doing next, and then everything was like, can't do it right now. It's just
like a structure. You have a whole structure there, and now you've got like nothing in front of us for not knowing.
Yeah, so I did have I've had some days where it's just been like, I've been super low because I'm like, I just don't know what I'm doing. Literally don't know what I'm doing. But I think I don't know, I've kind of enjoyed it in the sense that it's forced me to like think and plan and but also relax and do different things as well. I've learned a lot about myself during the time, so it's been good in that sense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how about you? What have you like?
So weird, people throw it back at me like, what? I'm interviewing you, so stop it. I think you've hit like a key point there where it's forcing people to reflect and be comfortable with themselves. Because if you're a social person, it's gonna be really, really tough as well, because I enjoy seeing my mates and not being able to see like my closest friend I've known for like 20 years. Okay, that's hard. Like not to see them. They're like my, or another, I don't know, cell organism.
Yeah, no, I hear that, because I'm the same with my friends, and it's it was. I mean, I have seen them now, but it was strange, like not seeing friends, not seeing family. It's like, what? Like, it was just odd, because those kind of weekly things that you do, or even daily things, like it's It's
and
just like,
when you have a government where they're not even clear on the virus themselves. You're left thinking, okay, I go to work. I don't go to work. What do you want me to do?
There's so many memes and stuff about it. It's so funny, like, but it's true, because everything's been so unclear. Then it's like, okay, you look into these people for some answers and guidance, and they can't even give you a straight like answer about things, and you're like, right, okay, what are we actually meant to be doing? And I think that's where I got to a point where I was like, do you know what, I've got to kind of use my own brain now, because I feel like if I listen to every single thing they say, this isn't going to be good for me. And that was my personal thought on it, because I got to a point where I was like, hang on, something's not making sense here. And it's like, so you can get on like a bus and stuff, and you can go to work, but you can't see family, and things weren't making sense. And it was just like, right, we either kind of like stay in our houses, and it didn't make sense to be able to go shopping, but then not go and see like Nan and Grandad and stuff. And it was
you can see a random person in a shop and brush past them, but you can't go and have a little conversation.
There comes a time when you kind of just have to like, I think obviously we are still unaware of what's going on out there. But like, be safe as you can, and just use your head. Like,
I mean, Leicester's on lockdown now. You're like, what? I thought we were coming out of it.
Yeah, I've seen like news articles about us, like we're gonna win like a spot or something. But I just don't even know. I don't know. I've never really read into things like that previous to now. But obviously, because this is a worldwide thing, it's like it's kind of impossible not to pay some like attention. But yeah, I don't want to like worry myself sick with thinking.
Right, it's easy. It's so easy to do that. Yeah. But how's this impacted your music?
It's just slowed everything down majorly because, like I said, I think I'm trying to think. Yeah, January is a bit of a weird month anyway for me. I think just, I don't know, I go through these phases of not having a clue what I'm meant to be doing next and all that kind of stuff. And just I had that kind of just start of the year, just blues. Like I just wasn't ready to go. And then when it got to February, I was like, right, pick myself back up, made some plans, knew what single was coming and whatnot. And then like this happened. And I was like, oh, okay. None of that's happening. Obviously we couldn't get in studio and stuff like that. So yeah, couldn't shoot videos. So it was kind of like, right, okay, this is on hold right now. So it's been strange because I did release a single during lockdown, but that was like to do with the moment,
when
and
that's all over.
Yeah.
Deep in thought. Why does this all happen? What's it all for? Checking online. Can't do it.
But I mean, it was fun creating that. Shot the video on my garden on my phone, and it pushed me to get really creative. That wasn't obviously the plan, but fortunately, I have got a home set up, so I was able to do that. But it has obviously slowed a lot of things down for a lot of us, I guess, because by now we would have been, would have performed maybe Pride and whatever of the bookings would have come up because
Pride.
So
don't even get about. I missed Pride so much not being there.
It's bad, isn't it? So yeah, it's just really slowed everything down. Really, I've tried to do what I can by just being present, but at the same time, I'm one of them people, when I haven't got music out, I haven't really got, I'm quite social media is I'm in a love-hate relationship with social media. Sometimes I really like it, and then other times I'm just I'm going to have to, I delete my apps and just come off it and just, because there's just so much going on.
I was about to go, it sounds like a dating profile. You go on an app, I'm like, they're not getting back, I'm deleting it.
Remove the app, then you find yourself coming back anyway.
Back again.
Yeah, it's it slowed things down majorly. Performance, obviously nobody can perform anywhere. Music videos, there was at one point we weren't even allowed to do anything outside like that. Couldn't get into any locations or anything like that. So yeah, it's been strange, but like I said, it's kind of I've learned a lot. I think if you can get through this, you'll get through anything. Yeah, I think you will.
It's a dark time. It's one of those things like the unknown. When you're going into the dark, you don't know what's happening. You feel that way.
Yeah,
a lot.
Definitely.
And that song as well is a good little foundation for people to listen to. And if they're not feeling inspired, they can listen to that.
Yeah. Well, I think I was just I was having one of my days, and then I was like, right, how am I going to channel this energy? And I just thought, let me sit down and start writing, and that's what came out. And it was just enjoyable actually creating that, being able to create that whilst my previous that I was like, I can't even get in the studio, I can't do what I was going to do. And then shooting the video and editing that as well, that got me really creative. So it was fun to do that, and I had a nice response from it. But yeah, it was good.
I mean, you've even had, look at last year as well, you had Soul Search out, first debut album. I mean, it's funny because I've spoken to people like Lady Sanity and other artists, and they don't want to do albums yet because they get a bit it's a huge narrative you have to go on. So what was the final decision? I want to do this.
I think because I put my first project out in 2011. And then I've had, I think, 2 after that. And I was just, Soul Search took about 2 years to put together. And I was just I didn't know what it was. And I thought, when I finished uni, I was like, I really want to work on an album. I want to just go through that process of getting musicians together and piecing it together and stuff, rather than, just songs, random songs, just, you know, put them together. And I knew that it was going to be like, I knew it was kind of a crazy thing to do, because people say, oh, wait till you're signed, wait till this. And I just thought, well, waiting just isn't, what if that label never appeared, or what if, so I just get to like, and I get to like, I don't know, whatever age.
Well,
and
the what ifs, you don't want that.
So I kind of just did it, but with no expectations, because I think, like, obviously it's a big thing saying debut album, it's an album, but my other projects have been called albums, and like people just call that them anyway. But I knew that this would be different, but I didn't. It was, I don't know, I didn't have any expectations with it, so I knew that I wouldn't ever feel let down anyway. So the people that were like, oh, you should wait till you're signed, or wait till you've got money or whatnot, and I just thought, well, time's ticking, and it's I have the ability to put songs together. Why not let's just try? Do you know what I mean?
And your sound is so, I mean, the flow of it and the vibe is so nice.
Thank you.
It is. I'm a huge lover of R&B anyway, and it's all different elements, isn't there? But I'm sure you can.
Well, that's it.
Sound.
Yeah, it's like I kind of, I've always experimented with my sounds. I know my style, but I think I can adapt to any kind of sound musically. And then even like the stuff I've been writing during lockdown, it's evolved again. But I just love writing. I absolutely love, above everything, like I love writing, just piecing words together and seeing how I can fit them and flow them. And, you know, it's just something I absolutely love. So I think I'll always be more of a project person rather than, because I know like at the moment people say, oh, just do singles. And I'm like, I just love a project. I just love things together, and it's just the way I am. I just love like creating themes and putting things together, and I just think it's something for people to go to, and it's just a collection of
What was something that I really liked when I was listening to Soul Search, that it is focused on a same-sex relationship as well. Some of the songs are, and that's something that you don't shy away from, because like I said this before, some people will just keep it neutral because it will sell. It'll be more commercialized, and it's not like pronouns. But you keep that where even in the video it's highlighting yourself and your relationship.
Imagine if we never had a conversation. Imagine if we never took the risk. Imagine if we tried to keep each other waiting. Then it wouldn't be like this.
Right, myself, I can connect to that as well, which
I'm glad. I think when I first started writing, I did shy away from it, but that wasn't because of anything to do with, oh, will this sell or not? Because I didn't even have that in my head at that point. That was just my insecurity, my fear of not knowing myself and not being open in who I am. And as I've kind of grown with that, and am open about who I am, it just comes naturally. I wouldn't think to avoid saying she or her. I wouldn't do that because it would just be forced. It would it'd be strange for me. That's just my truth. So that's how I write. And then like the video for Escape, I wouldn't have done it any other way, because of what the song was about, the story that I'd wrote it around. It was me and a female, so it wouldn't have made any sense using anyone else. But even that was a bit like, it was scary because like you said, like people do make certain, you know, they'll avoid certain words and whatnot because of the fear of it not going down well or whatnot, and that fear is kind of in your mind, but then that is my truth. So if you don't like it, that's fine, but I know that it's a lot of people have, you know, messaged me and reached out and said just thank you for doing this, because I guess we don't see it enough. And I know there's a lot of artists that shy away from their sexuality, and like you said, because it may not sell, but if I have to be someone else, I don't want it.
You just, you know, like what you said there, it's like a handful I can think of, like Hayley. Is it Hayley Yoko? I'm going to say that wrong. Yoko? I don't know. Whatever. What's her name? Hayley. I'm so terrible with names. It's like there's only like a handful on my hand I can count that actually do bother to put in a same sex.
I don't see much. And I guess for me, like personally, I want to see that and if I can be someone that is giving that out, then I'll happily do that, because growing up, if I'd have seen more same-sex like visuals, then I may have been more confident to come out sooner and not lived in this blooming madness for so long, trapped in you know what, living like in a lie almost, you know what I mean, because it's not being like comfortable enough to, because there just wasn't anything to look at, to see and say, yeah, I can relate to that. So I just think it's important to live and portray your truth. You haven't got to, like I said, if I had to, if a label signed me and said, right, you can't do, I'll just not do it. Do you know what I mean?
You're not for me then.
I'm not gonna like be an artist and speak my truth and then not be able to like speak it fully. Oh, you can say stuff, but not too. No, it's
Another thing is that Jess ended up doing your artwork, didn't she?
Yeah.
For your pieces. So I mean, they're great as well. So what was the decision? Did you thought because she's connected, or because obviously you are in a relationship?
I realised that I didn't know like that Jess could do art, and then when I saw that she could, I was like, right, well, you need like, let's create together. Do you know what I mean? And it's great to be able to just be able to sit with each other and say, this is what I want, and it just makes it that much more special, because it's like a shared achievement then as well. But yeah, it's nice to be able to do it together.
Even motivating, that motivation. It's so what you want in a relationship. You want someone to
definitely
bring out those elements that you're scared.
It's nice. It was nice, and she's done like she's done a couple more, and there's plans to do more as well. So yeah, it's just, I think I just like the whole idea of the people involved in the track. I like it all to be in-house, and you know, if it can be like a team effort, then it's just, when you do achieve it, it's a win for all. So yeah, it's nice, it's good.
What I find interesting is that I was researching it. I was like, oh, what's she now? She's you're part of, was it Full Force ENT grime group?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why did I never know this?
I don't think, like, because that was, when was that? 2011?
11,
so, yeah. So, like, people that kind of knew me at that point will know. Some people know, some people don't. But that was kind of like my first, like, introduction to the music scene. I didn't see myself being in a, like, grime collective, but, and I wasn't, like, I was mainly like, well, I was just singing like the choruses on the songs, and it was good because I like got to meet like loads of people and kind of just like see what the music scene was about, that side anyway. And that was my first like introduction to making music. And I think it was after a year, I think it was about a year, I realised like what I actually wanted to do. But that was like a really good like stepping stone of actually, just because before that,
track of yours as well. Are you dropping your track name as well there?
Before that, I wasn't even like recording or anything. I knew I could write and sing, but I didn't even know where you went to record. Like, I didn't have I thought you had to go to a studio, like, honestly, because I didn't know anyone that was
why would you? That world haven't been exposed to it.
So that was good. It was fun. And now I listen to grime. Like, that's just, I think I listen to everything now, to be honest. But that, being a part of that, helped, like, made me become a grime fan. So I appreciate that sound and that scene, and I am very like into that. Like, but yeah, that was obviously very different to what I do now. But
what made you go solo then? What was that? Because obviously I was reading, and you said you started to find the element of songwriting while you're in the studios, and that's when you kind of started to think, soloists.
I think it was the sounds. I realised that there was more that I could do with my voice on my own, and the things, obviously the concepts and stuff, what I was writing about they didn't really link together. I knew that like I wanted to write totally different things. So with that, and we like, I left on great terms. I was just very honest. I knew what I wanted to do, and was very grateful to those guys for kind of bringing me in. But I just knew what more I wanted to do. I didn't want to just sing on choruses. I wanted to make my own tracks, and the sound was very different. So that was it, really, just knowing what I wanted to do. And not I didn't want to just be known as like the girl that sings on the choruses. Like I knew I could,
main stage for me. SophieLou, come on now. I mean, you've even had a headline show. I mean, you've had Newhampton Arts Centre. You performed at Sunflower Lounge as well. I always say people like Dua Lipa's played places like that.
When I was reading who had done the Sunflower Lounge, it was quite like, I didn't like Georgia Smith. Dua Lipa was one of the ones that stood out, and it was like that was a challenge because it was the first time booking a show like Birmingham off my own back. But again, I just thought if I don't try, then you just never know.
Does it mean to search for yourself? Does it mean to find yourself or to find your goal? Does it mean to feel complete or to feel whole?
And the Newhampton one, I really loved that one. When was that? Last August, just after the album. It was good because people were singing along, they knew the words, the vibe was amazing, and to do stuff like that in your hometown.
What's that feel like when people are singing it back?
I just got like really overwhelmed actually that night, because I was just like, oh my god, they're like looking around and everyone's like smiling and just having fun, and it is an amazing feeling. Because a good, like, you can get really bad crowds, like they're just staring at you, and you
just like that.
Like there's so many people so just go, like, just, you know what I mean, they're just looking at you.
It's not like you can't dance to your music either.
It was so awkward, but yeah, that was a really good crowd. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. It's been weird not performing actually. It's because I
so easily, but like you've had to prep for that. You've had to plan, prep, get your team in process. So what advice would you give to someone that is starting out and then they've got to that position? What advice? Because obviously you probably do certain things different now that you've done it.
I think team is important. Having someone that can kind of see. I always have like my best friend LJ. She has no like experience in events, but she knows me and knows how I work, and is great at communicating. So she kind of like manages the shows, just communicates with everyone to take the stress off me. And I think that's a really important thing. Someone did ask me like last year, what advice for shows. Have somebody that can be your like voice, because as an artist, I think you have to be as prepared as you can as an artist for your set. That's all you should be worrying about, because there's been times where I've been booked and I've like gone on my own, just like this is before like experiencing it to know, and everything's all over the place. Nobody knows what's going on. I'm having to like deal with everything, and then you're stressed before you've even got on stage, and then the performance just isn't good because
you're not on the zone then,
and the excitement's gone. You're just anxious. So I would say to anyone, have somebody that can kind of overlook everything. They can communicate with the support acts, the sound person, just pretty much everything. Like a show manager. It's so important. And then the actual running of the show, it's go to shows and see how other bigger artists that you like.
That's a good piece of advice.
I've taken a lot of inspiration from going to other shows and just seeing how their running is, and because everyone's will be different. Everyone's will be totally different, but you have to just find what suits you best. Like if you've got support acts, or if you want breaks, or if you're going to be dancing on stage, I don't know, like there's all these different things, whether you'll have a band, whether it's whatever's best for you, I think. But definitely don't do it alone. I don't like. I mean, some support,
well, that's a lot of stress, though, isn't it? As well, on top of it. But like support itself is important, and I know we were previously talking about at the start of quarantine. But obviously, what's been happening, like with the whole protests and everything recently, is that something that's going to play a part in your music now when you move on?
Yeah, there's things that it's crazy because there's songs that I'd written. Like to do with current conversations that just weren't, like, they didn't fit on the last project, and I didn't know where they were going to go. And it's mad to, like, I went back to one the other day and I was just like, this is so, like, relevant right now. And I think that there definitely will be, I will do more, write more of that around those topics. I think it's important when you have a voice to speak. A lot of artists shy away from kind of certain topics,
political as well.
I don't know. It is a scary thing, because I guess you can lose listeners and followers and whatnot. But again, you've got to be true to you. If you speaking your truth and standing up for what's right is going to make you lose these certain people, then they weren't meant to be there anyway. So, you know,
true fans will be with you throughout. Good and bad, and whether you're educating that type of side. So I'll look forward to that. If you do, hopefully you do.
I think just as an artist, I don't know, we do have a responsibility, like, to talk about important things, and even if we do it via social media or however we do it, I think, like, being quiet on things is, I don't know, I don't agree with it. I don't think you have to force things down people's throats, but, like, if you believe in something, just you know, have the courage to speak about it, because at the end of the day, if you have people following you and listening to you, feed them with knowledge and things that are important, because that may spark something in somebody else's mind, and they could have been thinking the total opposite, and now they, you know, education, it's I was
listening to James Levitt's show on WCR, and you were part of that, because he's doing obviously Black Lives Matter themed show, and you were open about, and obviously some people are like, oh, you shouldn't say Black Lives, like, it should be Black Lives Matter too. Black Lives Matter, but at the end of the day, people are missing the point of the fact is that like I said today, an individual's life's been taken. It's not just that person. There is a good or bad person. Someone's abused the power.
I didn't agree with that Black Lives Matter too. I think that's, you're softening the statement. It's strong. Black Lives Matter. If that bothers you or offends you, that's
an internal thing.
If you see a sign that says Black Lives Matter and you're, like, offended by that, you're part of the problem, because nobody has said your lives don't matter. Like,
just at this present time, there's an individual that's had that happen to him. He's not yellow, he's not white, he's black.
I'm just thinking about the things I've seen, and it's just been absolutely baffling. Like, people, like, and it is bad. Like, I've been so lost for words so many times, because I can't understand how this thing, this statement, Black Lives Matter, can offend you, because your life already matters. If you're reading that and you're not black, like, understand your life already matters, because the injustices that black people have had to face for so many years. I don't know. I think some people are just. I think they don't think, they're just oblivious to the fact that this is happening, and they're just not aware or educated enough to know and realise that these things are happening because these people are black. Like, they're just. I just think maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're that ignorant that they're not aware of certain things that have been happening for years and years and years.
It's like little things, and that sounds really funny what I'm about to say. You know, like feminism, some women will take it and, like, hate on men, which isn't feminism. It's about equality. It's how you take that out of context. That's how it's going to affect the rest of society. So you need to make sure you're clear and talking to people and being open about things, but not in an aggressive manner, being to the sense where you're both listening to each other.
I from what I've taken from this, it's clear that a lot of people are bothered by the fact that black people could potentially be as equal as everybody else. I think that, like, you can tell they're so bothered by
systematic oppression for years.
It's a shame, and I'll be honest, like, when you know, the conversations first like started happening, it was upsetting to read some of the things that people were saying, and the amount of friends I've had to delete off my Facebook just because I thought, I can't have you on here. I don't need you on here. Like, there's opinions, that's fine, but when it comes down to topics like this, I don't think there's room for opinion that, like, no, there's just
if it's
not.
hurting you, if it's something that's hurting you as well, you don't need that in your life.
No. At the end of the day, we've asked for equality, and I think if you argue with that, then that's a serious problem. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Just asking for equality.
Well, look at it as two kids. You got two children there.
Yeah.
Would you say the one's better than the other? And that's innocence right there.
Yeah.
Gonna argue that. So
yeah.
We've had that that nice conversation.
It's been very baffling. Like, I don't allow myself to get triggered by things now, like, to do, on that topic, because I've realised, like, people are just ignorant, they're uneducated, or some people are just genuinely, they just don't like black people, and I don't know why, but
just the way you said it then.
Just don't.
Well, don't be wrong. But some people should be allowed, not because of skin colour. If you don't like a person, you should be allowed not to like that person. But don't bring into the colour side then. then it becomes
ridiculous. The things I've heard my whole life, and as I'm older now, I'm thinking back to all the things I've heard. Flipping it, we've been listening to this for so long, and people are you're allowed to dislike people. We're not all going to get on, but if you dislike someone because of their colour, then that's racist. But it's just stupid. Like,
it's just the one person. No, mate. No.
Yeah.
No.
Or when people have to, like, or they're mad at someone and they have to use their colour before they say, and it's just like, what's their colour got to do? Like, as negative as some things have been, like the people online and stuff and whatnot. I mean, I think about it, and like, I think if this was in person, you wouldn't even say that anyway. It's like it's this keyboard warriors, aren't they? Like, never
bloody trolls.
Like, literally. If you was in front of me, you wouldn't say that anyway. And if you were in a room full of black people, you definitely wouldn't say it. So, you know what I mean? Just leave them to it. You can't change everybody's opinion on things, and you can't educate everybody. But I do believe that change is coming. That, we've never seen anything like this before. People constantly talking about it, and not just people of colour, everybody. There are, and it's nice to see that people that aren't black are so supportive of the movement, and they're not just, because I've seen a lot of people that are doing it just for, like, cloud, like influencers, and they've got to go, man. Honestly,
the best one. The best one. Oh, here's a link. Donate. That's about it. That lives matter. Where was the conversation in that? But what's the future for SophieLou in music as well now?
Well, I think I've had to kind of reassess now, replan everything. But I've been writing a lot during lockdown, so I've got a lot of new tracks on my hands now. So a new project will be coming. I've just got to figure out when's the best time, because it still feels so strange. Because there was I think it was even last month, I was like, I don't think it's time to release anything that's not about anything that's going on. It feels really strange. But I think by the end of the year, or even the start of next year, I'll have a project out, because the songs are, like, sitting here waiting. Really want to just branch out, like, Europe. I really want to do Europe. Like, it's in my head, Europe, because I look at my Spotify plays, I'm like, there's so many listeners in Europe, and I'm like, I want to go. I've probably got more listeners Europe than UK currently.
Wow.
So I want to get over there and just, obviously it gives me a reason to, like, travel and just do it. You know what I mean? And just keep taking more risks and setting myself more challenges, and I'm just constantly trying to grow. Because we've been forced to stop. I've actually had time to think about, what do you actually want to achieve from music? What do you actually want to do? And I think I'm on the right path. I would love music to be my sole income, and just know that my music's constantly being played, and get to travel around and perform. Bigger thinking, I do want to be in a position to bring back stuff for the community, and be in a position to be able to create opportunities. like I'm at a stage now where I'm really not here just for me. I'm here to make a difference to obviously my own life and my family's life, but I really do want to be able to give back to the community and help others, even if, you know, if that's hopefully one day having enough money to open like music centres and whatnot in Wolverhampton. Like there's just, because there's such a lack of things for the youth.
Definitely.
I want to be able to give back, and because one day I'll have kids and they'll have to grow up here, and well, actually, you know what? They don't have to grow up here. I hope I'm gone. I'll live in like
bigger walls,
little island somewhere quiet.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah. Just I want to be in a position to give back, but even now, like away from money, I do think that just from the feedback that I get, I do think I am giving a lot out that resonate with people and people can relate to, and this is just from the feedback that people have given me, and you know, I feel like from what they've said, my music does help them and gives them comfort, so I'm happy with that. And if I can continue to do that and that grow and the audience grow, then I'm happy. I think because I'm in quite a peaceful place in life and within myself, my kind of goals and idea of success has really changed. Like I will be happy with like the smaller things.
That's because you're at peace with yourself as well. That comes within maturity.
Definitely. I think before I was like really in my head, like, right, I want this and I want to be a worldwide this and blah, blah, blah. But like now I'm kind of like, I've got an amount in my head that I want to know that's coming in, and I know what I want to do, and if the other things don't happen, I'm fine with it as long as I'm happy, healthy and peaceful. Then literally, like I've become just more and more simple, like as I've got older.
Well, I'll look forward to that, and when your next gig's up, like coming up, let me know, because I'm definitely gonna.
I don't even know.
It could be 2021. We don't know. Yeah. But I'll look forward to it. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me, SophieLou.
Thank you for me. Thank you.
No, I mean that. Do like a little heart at the end. That's a good Jessie J thing, isn't it? I shouldn't do that. I'm looking Jessie J. Haha, Jessie J mix it.
Oh, we're going away.
You're saying this.
How are you two?
Good.
Wait, you're actually on a podcast?
We're doing it now. No, we're doing it now. I was just doing that.
So, how'd you get in for me? Go on, Liz.
What do we need to do, Liz, to be on the podcast?
Do something creative. Get a headline show.
Waitress was good as well. Well done. Top service.
What's the name?
I don't know.
An album.
Fade it out like that.
Oh, okay.
And yourself. Don't leave me hanging.
I thought you were just going to wait.
I'm going to piss myself when I'm editing this.